You don't need anybody else around you to change. You do the work inside and they will follow. And I can promise you that. I can promise you that. I can swear by that. When your energetic state changes, when your beliefs, your core beliefs change, you are no longer a vibrational match for other people's bullshit.
Gabrielle Bernstein, a role model for spiritual seekers.
I was backstage with a friend of mine, a longtime friend of mine, and he's been in this field of personal development and spirituality for his entire career, and he's a healer in a huge way. And now he's going through his own healing. He's having this experience of his own healing coming forward. And I looked at him and I was like, second act, man. Second act. Who tonight is ready for their second act? I will raise my hand really high and say, I definitely am. I actually am in my second act tonight. I'm in my second act. And it's not always easy, and it's not always effortless, and it's not always cute. But the second act transformation is epic when you decide to do it and when you move into it. And tonight, I'm going to give you the opportunity to have a quantum shift where you leave this room tonight saying, okay, Gabby said I can be in my second act. I'm walking out new. All right, who's got the mic? Who's got the mic? Yes.
What do you do when you do all the work? You do all your work, but the people around you is not with you. You know, when you check in with your parts, you know what the air is, you know where the problem is, but you cannot change your surrounding. What do you do?
Yeah. You're here for a reason. You're here to hear me say that you don't need anybody else around you to change. You do the work inside and they will follow. And I can promise you that. I can promise you that. I can swear by that. When your energetic state changes, when your beliefs, your core beliefs change, you are no longer a vibrational match for other people's bullshit. It doesn't work anymore. You hear me? 4 steps.
Thank you.
Who's got the mic?
You have helped me through so many challenges, and at first I was so last year at this time I was unemployed, and it was a really tough time. I was beating myself up and everything, and I started listening to your meditations, your talks, your everything. And so, at first I was like a little doubtful because I was denied from my job that I had interviewed for, and I really wanted it, and everyone was like, oh, sorry, we're moving on to the next candidate. And so I went for a long walk, and I was listening to one of your talks, and I was feeling the momentum of like walking into my work building, going up the elevator that I had interviewed in, sitting in that conference room and interviewing, and then a few months later I get a call, and they were like, so your position's back open. Would you like to take it? And I was like, oh my God. I was like driving in the car. I was like, sure. In between that, I kept seeing a sign of Chicago. And I was like, this is kind of weird because I don't have ties to Chicago, but it was like Chicago, Chicago, Chicago. I kept seeing it. And that's where my headquarters is at. And I was like, oh my God, it all makes sense. And my boss was from Chicago, so it all just started clicking. Yeah. And I was like, Gabby works.
Girlfriend, the work works, but the coolest part is that's actually our natural state. Our natural state is living in the flow, listening to that guidance, listening to that wisdom. My friend who's here tonight that I told you is having his second act that came backstage with me. He for whatever reason, well, he's also psychic, but he was, literally, that's his job, but he was saying for months, like Gabby, I need to be at the talk. I need to be at the talk. I want to come backstage and see you. I need to be at the talk. It was like he it's like he was psychic. But truthfully, we let ourselves live in the awe and the wonder of the universe. We will be guided to experiences and to opportunities and to live in this sense of knowing even when we don't know how. There's a beautiful passage. My favorite quote is from a text called A Course in Miracles, and is, "Those who are certain of the outcome can afford to wait and wait without anxiety." How do we live like that? What do we do? How do we get there? We attune to our nervous system. We heal and tend to those parts of ourselves. And then in that calm space, we can do the manifesting practices. The problem with the manifesting practices is that if we don't tend to the younger parts inside, we don't tend to the inner healing, we will attract the things that we desire, but we won't keep them. Or we will get close, but it won't be this desire that we genuinely want, or whatever, or we will consistently just block or self-sabotage and just get in the way. So you with me, guys? If you want to really, truly manifest, this is the real manifesting flex. The real manifesting flex is to heal the core beliefs. You manifest what you believe. You manifest who you are. You manifest the energy that you put out. And what you said that was profound, and this is a beautiful lesson for all of you, is that she visualized herself going up the elevator, walking into the office. She started to feel, she even said, I felt the feeling. This is a tool. This is a practice. Without the self-help, you might visualize but not really feel it. The feeling, she had the faith, and that feeling is what allowed that manifestation to come into form. I've lived that many times in my life. For years, I sat with a vision and a desire to be interviewed by Oprah. When I was in my late 20s, I had a few books out. I was wanting to be on Oprah. At the time, it was like, Oprah was like the TikTok star. Now it's like a TikTok star, but at the time it was Oprah. And I had a vision board, and I would sit in front of the vision board and I would meditate. For a year I did this, and I would I took a picture of Oprah, and then I took a picture of myself, and I took, not myself, the person sitting across from her being interviewed. I cut their head off, I put my head on. I beheaded the interviewee. And then I put my head on it, and I sat and visualized and meditated and visualized and meditated and felt into the feelings, just like our friend up at the top. And I felt into the feelings, and I felt into the feelings, and I allowed that joy to move through me. And I visualized and I visualized. And then one day I was at my desk, and I took a little Post-it and I wrote down, I'm ready to be on Oprah. Next day, a phone call comes in from a Chicago area code. Hey, Gabby, this is a producer at Harpo. We would like you to be on Super Soul Sunday. I said, oh, I've been waiting for this call. These moments in our life, these moments of synchronicity, they come out of faith, and they come out of patience and trusting and knowing. And then tonight, the work you do tonight, they come out of freedom inside. Living with that freedom and ease is the manifestation first, right? Getting the job is second. Getting the lover is second. Getting the money and the cash is second, third, fourth. The feeling, the ease, the freedom inside, the trust and the knowing that you're safe inside, that self can help. That's the manifestation. And some of you came here tonight, you might have been like, oh, I want to just get those tips to manifest and get the cash and get the stuff and get the orgasms and the love and the blah, 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 blah. All that's great, but guess what? It won't work unless you heal and tend to the beliefs that have held you back. Who's got the mic?
Hi, Gabby. My name's Olivia. I'm here with my best friend, Julia. We are in the back row because we're poor graduate students, so I had to walk forward.
Oh, I think there's 2 seats right in the front. Why don't you come down after this? I'm going to hold those 2 seats for you.
Thank you so much.
Okay, good.
So we drove here through the snow. We came from Dartmouth College.
Girl.
We are graduating in about 4 months, so we're kind of at an inflection point, and I hope my question resonates tonight with other people that are maybe at a time in their life when they're experiencing great change. But my question for you is, how do we manifest what's meant for us when we don't even know where we're meant to be, a couple months from now, a year from now, 5 years from now?
Here's what I want to tell you. The first thing is that the secret to your successes in your life is to have fun. So from this point forward, I'm going to change your life right now. I want you to measure your successes based on how much fun you're having. So when you get that first next step or that next step, it may not always be exactly what you want to be doing, but how can you find the joy in it? Can you bring a good attitude? Do you follow what I'm saying? And here's the thing. And you're talking mainly about your career next steps or just life in general?
I think career and then like finding the right person too.
Okay, you got time for that. Okay. To be 20, Jesus Christ.
I'll be 30.
I don't envy you,
I'll
baby
be 30
doll.
in 2 months.
I don't envy you. Okay. But what would I want to tell my 20-year-old self? This is exactly what I would tell my 20-year-old self. Oh, 30. Okay. 30 is still quite young. Okay. I would tell my 30-year-old self, have more fun. Because when you have fun, my love, the man or woman, whatever it is, will be a magnet to you. Magnetic. It will be like, what? How'd that happen? Whether it's through an app or not, it doesn't matter. It's just going to magnetize. When we're in joy, things fall out of the sky. We just are guided to what it is that we need. Am I right, guys? Do you have your own spiritual proof of that? Anybody like, no, Gabby, screw you? Anyone? No naysayers? We have one in the room? Okay. Are you having fun right now? Yes. The energy and the vibration you're in right now is opening your mind, opening your heart, giving you hope, giving you some freedom inside. More of that, please. More of that, please. Now, okay, are we going to have shitty days? Yes. Driving up here, I was in the car, I was feeling some of the heaviness of like this me, losing, not losing my cool, me having to stick up for a lot of people in my building. I'm having the heaviness of the dramas of that, having the heaviness of yesterday, having the sort of, before I come to a talk, it's usually the hour or two before where I feel sort of a heaviness, like, oh, I've got a lot to carry tonight. But then I always shift it, like the half hour before I get, I'm like, this is going to be so much fun. So, but there's always this sort of pattern. We live in these moments where there's stuff that happens, but okay, then how do we move into the joy, right? So the second I got out of the car and that was over, I got into the building, I made friends with our beautiful staff. All the people that work in this building are epic, they're amazing. I started hanging out. I saw Josh, my producer. I was with my husband. We were in the audience, we were having the best time. And I'm just back in the energy. My sister-in-law is the event planner tonight. She's rocking the world. Where's Meredith? So we can lean in any moment. We can be in one vibration and then move into another one. So the vibration and the energy that you feel here tonight, bring that with you wherever you go. And even when you're not in it, that's okay. Then just check in and come back. It's your comeback rate. Your comeback rate. And that's the secret to success. That's the secret to, you want your purpose, honey? Your purpose is going to find you when you have fun. You got me?
Got it. Thank you.
Girl. Mm-hmm. Who's got the mic?
I'm gonna try to do this without crying.
It's okay if you cry. I mean, we're here. We're here for a reason.
So last year I was diagnosed with a stage 4 lymphoma, and I went through chemo for 6 to 7 months at 29. But I'm 90 days in remission now. So.
Yes. You also look so well. You look so well.
Thank you. I feel
yes.
I've done a lot of work. My question is, now I have everybody looking to me what I'm gonna do with this second chance, and I don't know. And I feel like so much pressure to now have to be something else except just be alive through that, because not everybody gets to. So my question is, how do you just be and not feel so much pressure from everyone else to be this story or have this revelation of this thing that you now have to accomplish? And I'm just trying to not get sick again, but I also am I know that my voice has the power to change, and I can be a vessel for that. So how do you balance?
Well, first I want to change some of the language. I'm going to try to not get sick again. Let's adjust that tonight, okay? I'm going to channel my late mentor, Louise Hay, now, and I will let her speak through me and to guide you to language that feels more empowering for you. And that language could be such that I'm going to thrive in my health. Language of I am going to focus on feeling good. Language of I'm going to allow myself to live with joy and ease. Language that feels resonant to you. I'm giving myself the freedom to be. That's your second act, baby.
Thank you.
Who's got the mic? Hi, baby. What's up?
Hello. I'm really curious when we think about those moments when we're down bad or we've had really big setbacks that cause us to disconnect from the future. And I'm wondering if you can speak to how we can move through feeling that key thing that we want in the future when we are sort of stuck or maybe more associated with whatever the setback is.
So setbacks are a choice in those moments to choose to see the obstacle as a detour in the right direction, as an opportunity, or as a setback that you're stuck in. And I know that that's a lot to sort of say when you have maybe a huge life thing that shows up for you, or like our friend in the front who went through a diagnosis. But it's no matter, particularly in the times when it's the biggest crisis, those are the times when we need faith, when we need hope, and we need love inside. We need the strength inside and the desire to see through the lens of possibility. And so an adjustment in those moments of setbacks is to say, okay, universe, what would you have me learn from this? Every day, just humbly say, what would you have me learn from this? What would you have me learn from this today? What would you have me learn from this today? Because, my love, we are here in this lifetime unlearning the fears of our past so that we can remember the love and the self and the light of who we are. Yes. And so when we commit to being the happy learner, the happy student of this life that we have chosen, then we can show up for these difficult moments through the lens of hope and possibility rather than through the lens of despair. That's required to get through it. You're here tonight, so I trust that there's hope and possibility inside of you. I believe that. I know that. I want you to lean into that. Maybe it's just even saying simply, what would you have me learn today? What would you have me learn today? Got that?
I love it. Thank you.
Beautiful. Nice, nice, nice. We got somebody in the front, then I'm going to pass it around. Kiss, my love.
Is this on?
Yes.
Okay. My name's Joanne, and I signed up for your app the minute it came out.
Girlfriend.
My kids have it, and their girlfriends have it. I bought it for them, and when they're having a bad day, I text them your meditations and your...
Oh, you're that friend.
Oh,
yes.
I'm that mom.
Yes, yes, yes.
And I'm a breast cancer survivor since I was 31. I'm 50.
Wow. Oh, did you tell her that? Oh, it's
I'm
beautiful.
going to talk to her. So.
Oh, beautiful, beautiful.
So,
Look at that,
yeah.
that synchronicity here tonight.
And I bought my ticket like 4 hours ago. And
Girl,
I was
in the
like,
front, in the front.
So my question is, I'm an Enneagram 8.
Yeah. Yeah. Takes one to know one. Okay. Enneagram 8, if you know what the Enneagram is.
My husband's
I am an
3.
8.
My husband's a 3, which I think...
My husband's a 3.
Yeah. So what would you say to me, an Enneagram 8, who's thinking of her second act? I'm 55 now. I run a construction company. That's what I've done my whole life.
Perfect to be an 8, yes.
Yes, but I feel like I have a different calling, and my feel is that I want to get into the arena of healing and helping others find their way to healing. And I have, what would you say to me, who has some fear kind of standing in her way and kind of blocking, self-sabotaging me in stepping into that loud and proud?
Okay. So anyone else in the room tonight feel like they want to do something in the healing space? They want to be offering healing of some kind to the world, yes? Yeah. Great. Well, y'all got to raise your hands. Because we need you now. The alarm bells are ringing. You've shown up for the assignment, and I'm offering you the job. Thank you. Thank you. Whether you realize it or not, entering this room tonight, you signed a sacred contract with the universe that you were going to go big, that you were going to heal, and that you were going to be of service in some way. Period. You want to know your purpose? I just told you what it is. And I mean that. I mean that. It's those of us who enter into rooms like this that are the miracle workers. And not because not every single person out there can't be, because everybody has it in them. It's those of us who wake up to the spark within us that says, go heal that stuff so that you can heal others. Okay, and maybe you have a call like our sister here in the front where you want to be in that as your career. Or maybe you just have a call that you want to show up with a better attitude at your current job. Or maybe you have a call that you want to heal so you can have a better marriage. Or you have a call that you want to heal so you can bring a better vibration to your home. However you show up with an energy of positivity and joy and grace and ease, that's how you heal. That's how you heal. So that's the answer, my love. Show up as you already are, with energy, joy, grace, and love. You don't actually have to figure out how to do it. You're already doing it. Keep doing what you're doing, and you will be shown how to do more. Okay? And we need you.
My question to you is, how does it impact you personally as to like that internal drive on to do better and be better for yourself? Like how much of that is yourself, and how much do you think of it as led by
God?
Yes. Sorry, that's just for me. That it's not for anybody else. Just for
I
me.
am so ready to answer that question for you.
Okay.
So I have been a spiritual teacher for 20 years and a spiritual student for most of my life. I have been here to teach non-denominational spiritual teachings. So I don't want to interrupt anyone's flow with their own religion, their own beliefs. You enter where you are. My work is to crack people open to a spiritual relationship of their own understanding.
Perfect. Okay.
So you could call it God,
Yeah.
you could call it universe, you could call it self, you could call it grandma. I don't care what you call it.
No, that's
all
right.
I care, honey, is that you call upon it.
Right.
And if you ask me how much is God living inside of me, how much is God living and guiding my life, every step of my life is God guided.
Okay. No, that's perfect.
Hi, Gabby. I'm Christina.
Hi, Christina.
Hi. So my heart is just beaming to be here with gratitude with you tonight. You have helped me through some of my darkest times and put my life back together. But I just want to share a quick story with you. So a couple weeks ago, a month ago, whatever, I was listening to one of your podcasts in the morning, and you said, if you're on the right track, if you're wondering, ask the universe for a specific sign. And you and Josh were talking about it. Your sign was a buffalo. Instinctively, the number 1111 came to me, but I'm like, I can't use that. I see that all the time. That's not right. Let me do this, let me do that. 1111 kept coming back to me. So flash forward to later on in the evening, it's dark, I'm walking my dog, listening to your podcast, catching up. And I'm like, there's no way I'm seeing 11:11 now. Like, I'm 45, I wake up at 5. 11 p.m. is like halfway through the night for me. So literally a minute later, I hear your music. The 11:11 podcast came on where you and Josh talked about the importance of 11:11. I said, that's it. I ran home, I booked my ticket, randomly selected, because I'm here by myself, in seat 111. Boom, period, end of story.
Boom, baby, boom! You can't make it up. There's no better way to end this magical night with you guys than our 1111 in C111. She's divinely guided. You are all divinely guided. You have within you and around you a power of self that can guide you, protect you, watch over you. You have an inner parent. You have an inner healer. Don't leave while the magic is happening, people. There is an energy inside of all of you that is ever present. And all I ask is that you give yourself 1 minute a day, 4 steps, and change your life. I love you, Boston. I love you. If you like this video and you want to get more Gabby, check out the next one right over here.